Alright, we'll see how long that will videotape before my phone dies. Turned out that the battery on the other thing was good. Oh well. But we'll use my phone until my phone dies.
So what do you want to see first?
Okay, so let's see him go down. Are you good with using these, or you want to use the regular poles?
I can use that one.
Okay. Let's see him come down that pole to you. He's ready to achieve. He says, can you get that thing right behind my halter? There's something biting me on my neck, and I'd love it if you get it right behind my halter. Thank you, Mom.
I got it.
He kept asking you. He's like, please, can you get that right there? Right there.
I think it helped him move over. You did a good job. Yes. Now that was a little better.
Yep.
But I think as I have my hand here.
Yep. If you block his face, so you're asking him to over and say he's coming too much with his head. If you put your hand here and then focus on the over, that stops the cheek from coming your way.
Okay.
And you can stop the front end.
He's still a little crooked.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing as bad as he was. Oh boy, I didn't think you were okay.
Oh, he was appreciative.
Try it again.
Yep.
All right. Wake up. Come on. Walk. Good boy.
Yep. It's okay.
He knows what it's about.
Yes. So now it's a matter of you telling him his front feet need to stay pretty close to that pole. So that way he doesn't leak so far forward. He was very aware of how far forward he had come, because if you watch that far foot, it went like this, reaching to try to, because he knew he was too close to it, and he had to get over it, So if you convince him that it's about his front feet staying close, then he won't have to worry about what to do with his hind feet.
Just trying to get the bugs off of you. Try it again?
Yep.
Come on, buddy.
Go boy. There you go. Yep. There you go. Good. Now, that was really good. The only thing is that you were micromanaging his rock back by pulling on him to rock him back. So that's the only thing that was happening that you're not going to be able to do from the mounting block.
Okay.
Because you're not going to be able to push him back.
So
the wiggle is,
wiggle.
the wiggle's going to have to be what and then if you find that your wiggle is not effective, then that means you have to stop and get your backup good again.
Okay.
Because the wiggle is, will mean backup to him, so you'll be able to control how much forward he does through the wiggle.
So just a little bit should just stop the front feet, right?
Should, yes. But if you have to get louder, then you have to get louder. So like the last one before this one, how he kind of just kept coming and was definitely off track. Instead of getting louder, you just kind of said, all right, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Right. So instead of doing that, then turn up the volume and say, excuse me, can you not hear me? And then be like, I need you to come over. Okay. So interrupting that process will be better for him than letting him do it wrong, because then that whole last one was very gray. But you were very clear this time.
Yeah.
So you erased the gray to an extent.
Okay.
But if you allow too many times where it's gray, then he's never going to actually get it.
Okay.
Cheater.
Hey, no cheating. Hey, no. No, let's go. Let's give this another try. What's that? play, but not much. Good boy.
Takes me a minute sometimes to like mathematically figure out what I'm trying to do. Okay. So I'm gonna let you do it with your feet this time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you explain to him, nose to nose. We're gonna dance down this hole.
Okay.
So imagine you're his mirror image. If you get too far behind and you don't do him any good service, you need to be in here with him. Together, you guys are gonna come down the pole. Your energy, your hand is gonna be telling. This hand's gonna be telling. It's attached to his nose. It's gonna be telling him what to do with his front feet.
So I'm gonna go that way.
Mhm.
Okay.
This hand with the support rein, with the extra piece of line, is going to be focused at his rib cage. So as you're looking at him, you're going to see his shoulder, and then you're going to see his rib cage is going to start to pop out. Where his rib cage kind of is at a horizon is where you're going to want to put your focus. So you're going to put your focus on that piece of the ribs, and then you're going to tell his front feet what to do. Your focus is going to be a driving, but this hand tells his front feet what to do.
Okay. This hand just basically guides him.
Yeah, that's going to be your driving energy. So let's say hypothetically he starts to walk off with his front feet. You're going to tell his ribs now with your extra support, you're going to tell his ribs and you're going to put energy now at his ribs to say you need to catch up. Now, if for some reason he gets on an angle, now you have to talk to the tail to get the tail caught up to where then it is only the ribs again.
So because I'm going to the left,
Mm-hmm.
I will only drive to the right, on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And your left hand is just telling his front feet what to do.
What to do. That's the direction.
But you can't forget to do that, because what's going to happen, and I'm going to let you know what's going to happen so you don't get frustrated with yourself,
Okay.
you're going to forget. And you're going to start getting real focused on this, and this hand's going to slowly drop down.
Okay.
Okay? So you need to put your brain on this hand too.
Now, do I wiggle the rope?
Nope. So for right now, well, you can do a little fan out here if you want.
Like this?
Yep. And it's always up and over, especially with boy horses. Because if you go under, like you're,
Right.
yep. Because if you go under and then you do have to tap him, that's kind of rude.
Yeah.
But if you're up and over, you're going to touch him on the rump.
Yeah. I usually do the over.
Okay. That's the hardest thing to explain because you can't do counterclockwise, clockwise because depending which hand it is.
Yes.
So
Just over. Yeah.
just over, but for some reason it doesn't click for most people. So I'm glad you already do it that way.
Okay. So when I start out, Kirsten, and I start by moving the normal way, and then when we get there, I switch this to this hand, have it up, and then just drive with this. Okay.
And you're going to mix. Now the other thing that happens too is we have a tendency to want to be right up on the horse and talk to them. And I always tell people that they can't hear you if you're that close.
Okay.
You need to actually be another human being distance away from him so he can hear you. Because if he can't see you, he can't hear you.
Right. All right. What's up? What's up, bud? Hey, you all right? Good boy. What's up?
And since he's already familiar with this kind of exercise, he'll probably take to it really well, except for it's driving him down the pole instead of up the pole.
Nope. Okay. Wait, okay.
No,
Okay.
yep.
Nope.
Now, as soon as he changes pages and goes the other way, you want to release. Good, now stop.
Okay.
Now, why did we just stop?
Because he is going in the right direction, so I wanted to know that that's the right way.
Right, because he was getting it wrong, but not because he was being bad. He was getting it wrong because he was assuming.
He's assuming. Yep.
So now we just say, no. If you listen, I'm going to tell you to do something different. And he goes, oh, you mean this? And you say, yeah.
Okay.
And then that's why a pause is so important. Because then you get him on. Because now, next time you tell him, he's going to actually go, oh, yeah, okay, I get it now. But if for some reason you spend too much time or you go move over there or whatever, then he's going to go back into automatic pilot.
Okay. So I tried this all over again?
Yeah, just try it right there so that way he can stay on the same page. Oh, watch right behind you. There, leave.
Good boy. That's it. I gotta get this one over. This is not working.
Oh, it worked at the end there. Just you guys weren't together. That's all.
Wait.
Good.
Good.
Now,
Good boy.
what is happening is you're getting yourself in a position. But what's happening by getting yourself in a position? What have we been doing with him that looks like this? Right. So that's what's happening is that he's seeing this. He's not realizing you're just trying to get yourself situated. So he's seeing that and he's responding appropriately to that. Yep. Yep.
That's it. Yes. Just back in. Just back in.
Good. Yep. Good. You got one that's been getting right up in his sheath. Yep. Good with his front. Yep. Good. 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 He got confused because the fence was there. Okay. So let's come back up here.
I'm all over the map with this one.
That's okay.
He's like, what the heck are you trying to do?
Well, if I feel like he's really getting frustrated, then I'll help him understand what we're trying to do, and then he can help you.
Let me try it one more time.
Yep. So now, don't get yourself all in a position, because as soon as you strike a pose, he's going to be like, oh, I've come over to you. So you want to make sure that first you tell his front feet, and then you say, I need, and you can even tilt your head, because that means something to him. Tilt your head and be like, I need you to go down.
Is it okay to stop him like this for the moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's no further instructions.
Step up.
Good boy.
Beautiful.
And you know what's funny is that you caught yourself as to why it wasn't working. What did you have to do to make sure that worked?
Move him up.
But no, what did you, when he wasn't moving when you said step up, what did you do that made it more clear for him?
Move up.
You put your hand forward.
Yeah.
But when you were saying just step up, you're looking at his feet saying step up, and he didn't. As soon as you put your hand forward, he moved forward because you made it clear. Good. Now we're gonna it's okay. There, good. So that's what you want to do. You don't want the front feet to take off. You want to give his front feet direction. So as soon as his front feet cross over, you can even lower your hand to say, yep, that's it. But now you want to focus on your ribs. Good. Wiggle. And then focus on the ribs. Good. Up. Go boy. So wiggle so he doesn't, yep, good. Stop. Oh. Okay, so I do want to help him because he is trying and he's staying in a good mood about it.
Yeah.
So I want to just help him understand that there is something
like,
we're trying.
Yes.
He's being he's really, the way he looked at you was like, I want to get it.
I know.
So he wasn't getting frustrated because he does get frustrated sometimes. So he was really staying in a good mood about it. So let me help him understand what we're going to do.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm going to focus on his rib cage because his front feet don't need as much help. Nope. Good. Yes. Yes. You're right. You're right. Yep. 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 Yeah, do something. Yep. Very good. 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 Wait. You're right. I know. I know. Where did that bug bite you before? Right there? You're welcome. Okay. So now I need to toe his front feet. Yep. You're right. Yep. 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 Nope. Yep. 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 There you go. Yep. You're right. You're right. Yep. Good. Nope. Nope. Yep. Good. Okay. Okay. No? Okay. That's too hard. Okay. Okay.
And after time, this is effective, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And, you know, it's got to be, so, like, in that case, I didn't have to talk to his front feet that much. I really only had to tell his rib cage because he's got the front feet kind of down, so I just only have to, I could keep my hand at my side and suggest with my finger, I need you to go that direction. So, and then my focus stayed completely on the rib cage. So, you know, I can sit here and say, these are the mechanics to it, and then you have to adjust for the horse's needs, and his needs are, I don't need you to tell me to do a lot with my front feet to suggest that direction, but if you push my ribs, I understand it. So he understood it by pushing his ribs. And then the wiggle is important to say, but don't go forward, because you don't want him to leap forward. Now, what I liked about it is he regrouped a bunch of times.
He did.
He didn't get upset and say, I don't know what you want, and then his feet just went crazy. Because that's what he would do before. He'd get fire in his feet and be like, I don't know what you want to do. I'll just try everything I know.
Right.
But he regrouped and said, then what?
Yep.
And then he's like, I'm lost again. And what? Right?
Yep.
So it's nice that he's starting to realize that there is somebody going to guide, you know.
I think it's because he learned a couple things,
Mm-hmm.
so he knows
believes that
there's a goal.
Yes.
There's a goal here. You're a good boy.
Okay.
You're a good boy. He's like, oh no. It's okay. We'll get it. All right.
So in his